Welcome Africa. Remember, your host today is Dr. Robert Osoro. And with our studio today, we have our guest here, and none other than Hon.Job Ongera. He is the aspiring MCA at Kasarani Ward. He also tried in the year 2013 and 2017. Maybe the year 2022. Who knows? Things may change. I always tell him that you are beyond the MCA. Maybe that's why people don't want to be in that small position. But remember, as you are watching live, ROMI TV Africa, go to YouTube channel, subscribe to ROMI TV Africa. Go to Facebook page, ROMI TV Africa, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at ROMI TV Africa. Same names, Dr. Robert Osoro. Remember to follow him. Today is here at Job Ongera. Both TikTok, people moving from IG, and right now, top of the hour, back to politics. Remember the President of the Republic of Kenya, none other than Uhuru Kenyatta. He told his deputy, if you think that you are tired of the position that you are holding on the government, you can quit. Welcome to our studio, Job Ongera.
Thank you, Daktari, for having me here.
How are you?
Not bad. I'm doing good.
I think now the way you are talking of things are moving. I remember last time we hosted you in our studio, you were talking, you were singing a song of Deputy President.
Yes.
Are you still supporting him?
Very well. You know, there are some ideologies that you support when somebody is in the right track. From 2013 and 2017, when they had taken the first term in office, I was subscribing to his ideologies. And that's why the president confirmed that in the first 5 years in their tenure, they didn't do much. But after the handshake, things tend to take a different paradigm shift. And that's why nowadays I don't feel like whether the deputy president is the deputy president who gave us a lot of hope, who gave us a lot of manifesto policies on what they are going to do. But right now, if you can check, he is doing the opposite. And that's why even the president himself, His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta, said that if you feel like you're fed up in this government, because on the other hand you cannot support it, on the other hand you're criticizing, you better quit. I can rubber stamp that let the deputy president quit.
Wow.
It's long overdue.
Remember this and more. You are getting them here. Send your comment. We are here to answer. Half today here. Mheshimiwa, also the political analyst. Now, I could like us maybe to talk more about the PPI. Right. You see, what is happening after the PPI was thrown out? Is it that the life and the energy of the opposition leader, the Right Honorable former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, and the current President of the Republic of Kenya, Uhuru Kenyatta, is it that their energy has been cut down? Because we saw in Naivasha, the Deputy President, he met the common Mwananchi, and he was talking about the bottom up. And also he was celebrating the very day that the PPI was thrown. Also he was in church at the Gospel Churches of Kenya at his home Karen. And also he was celebrating and said that God of heaven has answered their prayer. What does that mean?
Daktari, let me begin by acknowledging that yes, the BBI was denounced from the Court of Appeal, from the 7-judge bench. But I want also to say that the energy of the former Prime Minister, His Excellency Raila Odinga, and the President, His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta, actually that was the best thing that they could have given the Kenyans, the BBI report, because the 9-point agenda tends to cure or become the remedy of the post-election violence. But unfortunately, the judges who wanted to muscle energy and tussle with the executive deemed it possible or right to reject the BBI report. Like the ethos which brings all the communities together, that everybody is represented. So it's a low moment for the Kenyans. Unlike a few cartels which follows the deputy president, who felt like the bottom-up slogan or song that they are singing right now, which is not very factual. Is what that even led to or informed the judiciary to bring down the BBI report. But then all avenues are not yet closed, because some have said that they are proceeding to the most High Court in Kenya, that is the Supreme Court, or rather that's where Gitu Kihara, the Attorney General, is headed to, or rather they will take it to the Parliament and they get amended. So the game is not yet over. The reggae is not yet fully stopped.
Now, you see, we saw is a Right Honorable, the former Prime Minister, when he was at Migori. Is it Migori? When they were talking about the following day on a Friday, was supposed to proceed to Kakamega.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, he suspended the meeting and he said, we will not go, but we will inform you. Is it that they had the information before that this PPI thing is not going to go on, or what was it?
No, in politics, you must be very strategic. You must position yourself. Because it was a D-Day to the announcement of the BBI,
yes.
They felt like the figure, the energy they had, if they could have gone to Kakamega. Kakamega, is the hotbed of ODM.
Yes.
Kakamega, everybody follows the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. And like the boys who were born in that village, like Salim Davadi, Wetangula, the likes of Oparanya. So he felt like, let me not go without the goodies to the Western. We wish if the court could have upheld the decision of the political parties who say that let's have the BBI and the BBI committee. Actually, the following meeting could have been a wonderful one. And that's why, if I can jog your mind, after the announcement of the BBI from the Court of Appeal, it's only one city which is celebrated. Eldoret. That shows you that other Kenyans were disgruntled by the judgment.
Maybe if I may ask you,
yes.
You see, when we were looking at that thing, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya has been saying that, you see, the people who have been actually bringing them down, he said that there's a group of men that were talking of the positions somewhere. They want
about 5 or 6 dishing
about
positions.
6 or 7 dishing positions.
Yes.
And we saw also that there were 7 men, or 7 team of 7 people in the Court of Appeal,
yes.
that who were able to bring the PPI down. Is it that those people that were bringing PPI down, what do you think? Because the other time they said about the parliament there were few people, and now we are seeing that these were 7 people. Now, which is which? Because we have seen the 7 people, and we have seen the 6 or 7 men who are sitting that making for the position. What do you think the Deputy President is trying to pray?
Actually, the Deputy President, if I'm not wrong, is on record that he has never fought for anything in this Republic of Kenya. Remember, he's a student of the YK92. He's been in the imperialism president. He supported the Moi era 200% on totality. So that means...
But if I cut you short,
yes.
He was talking about that what the PPI wanted to bring on board was about the imperialism again. You see, he's saying that they want, like, they're creating the 5 position of the Prime Minister, the 2 deputies.
Very far from the truth, very far from the truth. The tyrant and imperialism, it's him who wants to continue with the status quo. People vote for multi-party democracy in 1992, that we should be having several parties so that we can bring everybody on board. But you realize he is even on record shouting on the top of his voice that we must have one national party. That means, you know what Moi used to do with Kanu.
Now, if we talk about that, we
yes.
saw when they were in Jubilee, that's
yes.
when they brought down all the parties and they formed one party.
Very true.
We saw actually the deputy was saying that what we are going to do is the revolution of having one party.
Very true.
Of course, what they are trying to enjoy is the revolution that which the Right Honorable
brought on board.
Yes. Which many people are talking that he is the same Deputy President that who opposed of it.
Even the constitution that he is enjoying right now, he opposed it.
But what about, we saw that there were some parts of which were amended of this constitution that which you're using currently when Jubilee was Jubilee, when they had numbers in Parliament.
Very true.
And now with what happening, what has changed?
The problem with the Deputy President and what has changed is that he started campaigning for 2022 immediately. They got power. 2017, after the notification of 2 presidential elections, now that they realize that they have been sworn in for the second term, he started campaigning immediately. I think that his boss was not for it at all costs. He was saying, kuna mtu anatangatanga hapa. Then he changed the tune. They
came up with tangatanga.
Yes, they came up with tangatanga, sorry. Now, the Deputy President he started bringing the proxies together to break Jubilee down, so that, because he knew very well that probably because politics is politics, they started yangu kumi, yake kumi. But when the slogan changed, that he meant nyinyi nyote wawili ni kumi. C20. C20. And honestly, since Kenya,
is the president and the deputy.
Yes, we cannot allow only two communities to exchange power like they're exchanging their boxers. If you may excuse me for lack of a better word.
Okay,
this is a country with a lot of this is a country with a lot of democracies. This is a country with a lot of very competent men and women who can lead this nation to another level. And that's why, if the president feels like the deputy president is good to lead this nation, he could have honored that verbal memorandum of understanding.
But why? Well, then 2013, we saw that even there were times that the president was leaving the office for the deputy president, and actually a number of our time was the deputy president that who was launching the project.
Several projects.
Yes. And then why then did the president kept quiet during the 2013 up to 2017, and now he has come up?
2013, 2017, that was a marriage of convenience. All of them, they were ICC inductees. So they needed to trust one another and give confidence to Kenyans, whom they asked for votes, that we will do A, B, C, D. So it was a collective responsibility. They were even addressing the same attires. Like Taidi Boys High School. You see the point? Yeah. So now that he realized who Ruto is, that's why he decided now, even right now he's in Zambia. For Haneke Ashilema inauguration. He left Matiang'i with on the throne. The deputy president is busy now, moving helter-skelter, campaigning, not knowing who is
that is the words of Ongera.
Yes,
not of ROMI TV Africa.
I'm entitled for that, helter-skelter. He's moving aimlessly. Doesn't know even who his competitor is. He doesn't know whether we should go to election 2022 or 2023 because we have constitutional challenges right now.
But what do you think, because you have come to that point, if I may move across,
yes.
You know, we are talking about the election on August of 2022.
Yes, the first
But there's some people who are talking about that there is a time since we went to the actually second presidential declaration, that's 2017, there was some like 3 months plus, at which actually the election was repeated after the 60 days. Activists that have gone to court, is it that the president is going to extend
any other thing that they feel like it's not angling well to the nation? But the president is on record saying that he's not going to add even a single day. But if the constitution demands that we should add, counting from the date he was sworn in to the date, yes, it can be extended to 2023 March.
But you see, with this politics, there's something that which I'm not understanding. Yes, as actually. In politics,
yes,
you see, when the president and the deputy, they were together, there's a number of things that which I was seeing. The deputy was saying that we're not going to tolerate the mandamanda
demonstrations. Yes,
and then now the deputy president also is crying that the government is denying it. Who does not see what politics is playing?
Daktari, remember when Matiang'i was using excessive force, when the Right Honorable was landing from UK to JKA to meet the people. They said absolutely that you should not land at JKA. He landed. You will not make a procession to Jacaranda and then to Uhuru Park. He made it.
Remember they
but that time, but that time, the deputy president instructed the then, who is now the incumbent, CS for Interior, Dr. Fred Matiang'i, that he should not condone nonsense. Remember, we have a constitution in place which allows the democracy of expression, democracy of demonstration, picketing, association, which is right. But then because they denied him that right, knowing that he was to spoil some things, till a time he was sworn in as the people's president by the one who is in exile, then Dr. Miguna. There's one thing that James Orengo said. James Orengo is a senior counsel. He said that the government eats its own children, and sometimes it eats itself. And that's what is happening right now.
To
when the deputy, when the CS and the likes of Itumbi, the bloggers, who is now blogging with the deputy president, and the Ndindi Nyoro of this world, they said that Raila Amolo Odinga is recruiting militias. Militias, a sect that is going to oppose the government, through the government, like he did in 1982. Now, that then I remember even a speech which was given by one of the proxies of Raila Amolo Odinga, this young member of parliament called Babu Wino of Embakasi East. He said that Nkaiseri was there, ako wapi? Chini. Michuki was there, ako wapi? Chini. Matiang'i ni nani? Ni mkebe ya blue band. Are you getting the point? When he was intimidating them left, right, and center. Right now, the same people who were instructing Matiang'i to throw tear gas
now is
the one now who is feeling the heat, and I want him also to feel more heat than then, because even today we had the former vice president went to DCIA to report to be investigated about to be probed about the Yatta land that he grabbed. But the scheme is that at the end of the day, the deputy president, His Excellency William Ruto, will also go to DCIA to report in graft matters.
But and again, because of time with our program again,
yes,
if I may ask about, you see, we have been hearing about the land grabbing.
Yes.
We saw they were talking about the deputy. I've not seen the deputy going to DCI,
yes,
but I've seen the former vice president.
Yes.
And actually, I heard the deputy saying that the government is planning to demolish all of their meetings. Yes. And with the Kahawa, what I saw today, the demolitions and everything.
Yes.
Now, the same people we are talking about that the DCI, I saw the people who were in opposition were the people who were going through this.
Yes.
Is it that things have changed with what the Orenco said?
Yes, things are upside down. Things have now thick. People are not breathing. Even I was scheduled to attend a meeting of another barrier of an MCA who lost life, I don't know, somewhere in Sambweni.
In Taita.
In Taita, those areas. There are people who have that perception that the police officers were instructed to go and distract the meeting. They used a lot of energy in disbanding that meeting. The chairs were thrown, the tents
and everything.
Yes.
But apart from
that was not the truth. The deputy president, what cannot tell us that the police officers were instructed that the deputy president needs bigger tents, those serious chairs.
But now,
yes,
the last time the deputy president was talking about every time that he used to move out of the country, there were no restrictions.
Yes.
But this time round, he was asking that where did the restrictions came from,
yes,
that now he could not move. And then another report came from the government that all throughout is the president who has been signing for the deputy to move out of the country.
Very true.
So, and we saw the deputy president, he came to Kameme. Is it Kameme? TV.
Yes,
live.
Yes. It was Kameme actually.
Actually, when he was from his current home,
yes,
he was saying that every time I've been traveling out, and they talked about, if I remember, that is the one made a call to Equity Bank,
yes,
so that the investor was to be given 15 billion and it was chased. Number one, the investor was not coming to invest in Kenya, was going to invest in Uganda.
Very true.
Number two, when he was thrown out of the country, we have our Hon now, Hon in Kenya, that is Miguna, that who was thrown out of the country with the same government. And now this was an investor, not in Kenya, to Uganda. Why do you think that he had to pass through Kenya to go invest in Uganda? Maybe the deputy president could not brought him or bring him to Kenya.
One, and very fast pertinent question we need to ask ourselves, who was he? In question, they say that he's an investor. There was a report from the FBI that he was in a terrorist link, and that's why he was deported. Two, today, the manager for Equity Bank was called by the Parliament Select Committee,
that's what I was
and he denounced
that there were no
phone calls, there was anything. That means now calls to pathological liar of the deputy president.
What about
Two, we have a lot of fast land here in Kenya that whoever wants to invest can bring money in Kenya, can invest in Kenya, youth can get work, because most of our youth are jobless. Now the question is, this guy, from his bank accounts, It did not come even with a single cent to invest. You cannot go and invest using people's money. We have ideas as Kenyans, and we have never gone to walk straight to any bank to ask for money so that we can invest. Kenyan, the motto is, you first show what you can do so that we can support you. And now, somebody is coming with only an email with an idea in his head, and then he's going to be assisted by a deputy president, second in command, to go into another country. It's questionable.
Now, there were safety equipment which were found in Mombasa few days before
he landed
to Kenya.
Yes.
And now, who was now having them, or who brought them? Because they don't know how did they land to the port of Mombasa.
There's a lot of mystery in this, the whole story and the whole saga of the Turkish investor and the deputy president. But as things are going by, things are unfolding at the same time.
And lastly,
same question you asked before you go to the last question, because we are running short of time. The deputy president is not a public figure. Is not a private figure like myself. That is a government's entity. He cannot just come in the country and go out of the country when even the president is not in the country.
Okay.
That is quite serious.
So now, you see, that means if the deputy president goes out of the country and anything happens, is the government of Kenya will be asked.
Very true. The government of Kenya is answerable. And you know what? You may even think that they are discussing about the Turkish people. Kumbe, the life of the deputy president could have been jeopardized elsewhere. So the intelligent cannot tell you the real reasons as to why they stopped the deputy president.
Okay.
We don't want to have people questions.
Coming to our last question.
Yes.
We saw 3 days ago, the president from State House was talking about if the deputy president is tired of the position, he can resign. Yesterday, in Taita, we saw the deputy saying, nobody will push me to resign.
And he doesn't have the luxury. Actually, I cannot have the luxury to resign.
Now, what does that means to the common mwananchi? You and me.
There is that tug of war, supremacy battle, if I may say so. Let the deputy president swallow his pride and his ego. Learn to know that the president of the Republic of Kenya is there. Whether he speaks on camera or out of camera, he should use an amicable way of addressing this thing. Because the president, if he wants to have the deputy president in a meeting, he will definitely call him, gentlemen, come here, there are things here which are not working well. But because he's so fervent, because he feels like he has reached, that's why he doesn't obey his boss, what he says. But I am urging the deputy president, if he can reason, listen to the voice of reason. That when the president has addressed you as a person, you have the obligation and the prerogative duty to just humble yourself. Use even your own proxies. Use senior citizens of this nation. Go bending. Ask for forgiveness. And the president will go back to where you were 2013 with him.
What do you mean? Because the fight at which you are seeing and what is happening to common mwananchi, that's what was happening on 2013 to 2017.
Yes.
And then now it's like the table has been turned upside down and things also are working against the government. Because when the deputy president is talking about all this, is he not in the government? Because he's talking about like the government is opposing him, yet he's working from the government.
Actually,
what does it
the
mean?
deputy president left the government a long time ago. It's only because of the law and he was elected alongside the president. If he was the vice president, like Kalonzo Musyoka, Mudi Awori, and Musalia Mudavadi, he was to be sacked long time ago. But because the constitution does not allow him to resign or to be sacked, and that's where the stalemate is. They will finish this term with these wrangles. He cannot resign, he cannot be compelled to resign. It's presidency. If it's terminated, it's the president and him who will go home.
Remember, all this we are getting from ROMI TV Africa, where we are bringing you news across the world and Africa. We are here with Job Ongera. What are your social handles?
It's just a Job Ongera, that's Twitter. And on Facebook, it's just Honorable Job Ongera. Yes.
Your YouTube?
My YouTube is Job Ongera.
Remember, this is Dr. Robert Osoro at ROMI TV Africa. Brings you political and economy of Kenya and Africa across the world. What is your parting shot?
My parting shot is that Kenyans...
This camera 3 is your camera.
Yes. Thank you very much, Daktari. I want to address my fellow Kenyans that we should have political intolerance. We should not follow what our leaders... Let not leaders drag us to where they want us to be. Like for instance, the Deputy President, His Excellency William Samoei Ruto, has come up with another method of wooing down the commoners or the hoi polloi, the bottom-up approach. That one will never work, and it has never worked to developing
Does
countries.
it mean it is dividing the country?
Yes. He's trying to incite, actually, because this is a Joe Biden's language of the United States of America.